Yeah, we've got a transmission coming in.
10-4.
Yeah, Brian, it's looking more and more like the Arizona Coyotes of the National Hockey League will be relocating to Utah next season.
Players and management has been told they are on their way. They will play next season in Salt Lake City.
The state is a sports state, which leads me to this.
Yes, it is. Welcome in live to the Delta Center. It is time to meet Utah's NHL franchise.
I'll answer it for him for the umpteenth time.
What?
That's right. Welcome back to the Puck Drop Podcast. This is a continuation episode, but first, I am here with Lieutenant Dangle D, Destin Edgington, and don't forget we are sponsored by Hockey Stops. Make sure you check them out. Local shop in Ogden, Logan. They will cover you. Local shops, support local. I don't need to say any more. They are awesome.
Absolutely.
And we are doing a continuation here with Gabe Gauthier. Yes. Gabe Gauthier.
Man,
you're bucked up on that one.
Bucked up,
and
baby.
shout out to Bucked Up. Let's cheers to that.
Thank you. Hey, I got the luxury of wearing.
You got some hardware there,
right
Edgy.
That's Bucked Up.
I'm feeling it, man.
You're feeling it.
The energy.
Hey, that's Bucked Up. You're wearing.
I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna have to go home and watch like this unfold again, dude.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
I know.
I'm sorry that I'm leaving you with the rings that I brought, but
hey, it's a buffalo.
I was gonna put one of these.
It's
on.
a buffalo nickel. Well, Edgy's stealing them.
Wearing
Man.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna end up folding those up, being like, "Here you go, bud."
He's like, "Why is this not as heavy?"
I know,
it's
right?
Like, so, want to trade a buffalo nickel? Yeah.
Still doesn't even know what that means.
While we're talking about it, you're talking about rings.
Yes,
dude.
Gabe, tell us.
Lord of the
Tell
rings.
us about what Destin has on his fingers.
Put that thing on.
So
feel the magic.
Those are.
This says Gauthier on
one
it.
is 20 years old. The other one's 19 years old. Those are our back-to-back NCAA national championship rings.
With what college?
University of Denver. Yep. So we are now. So the university with the latest national championship is the winningest school in hockey history. So
interesting.
We have 10
to this day.
Correct. Yeah. So as a school, the University of Denver has 10 national championships.
Wow.
And
I wouldn't think that, actually.
We
I don't
just
know why.
edged out.
I guess
University
Colorado
of
makes sense.
Yeah, man.
They're a little bit ahead of Utah as far as the hockey scene.
It's only 10 carats, bro.
Is that what it says?
It's only 10 carats?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
But anyway, yeah. So those are rings. We won in 2004.
Where do I put it?
And in 2005.
Holy moly!
The 04 year.
Heavy.
I scored the only goal that year. So it was
no way.
It was a 1-0 game.
1-0 win.
Give me that bag.
So it was so on your right hand, Edgy. That's the 04 championship ring, and we actually had one of the worst records that year. But it was, and that season, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a book or a movie that's going to come out, like a small mini series about that season, just because there was so much. Like magic,
adversity,
like just
shit that wasn't supposed to happen.
Type of correct, yeah. And then just the history,
everything unfolds.
So like I'll just touch on it real quick. Is at the start of the season, we had Cliff Coral and Keith Magnuson come into our dressing room, and you guys, who are these guys? Well, Cliff Coral and Keith Magnuson played on the University of Denver 1969 national championship team. Okay. And then they also played in the NHL together with the Chicago Blackhawks.
Let's go.
Okay. Destin's team.
Yeah. So so they came into our room and gave us a pep talk, a real inspirational speech. Mm-hmm. And that's where it's on our
It's on my finger and it's not going with him home.
So the emphasis was for the team, for the journey, for the event. Yep. Right. So everything you do is for the team. Mm-hmm. You enjoy the journey, and then when you get to the event, you have no regrets.
Yep.
It's go time.
And in regard to that, like I'm going to touch on that again, especially for youth and anybody watching this. the moment you leave your house or at your house, no matter who you're with or where you're at and what you're doing, you have a signature, right? Mm-hmm. And you carry that signature with you everywhere you go.
Correct.
And with that being said, carry that, maintain that, hold true to that. And I mean, don't get me wrong. It's okay to not be okay.
Absolutely.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Comfort
Absolutely.
zone.
Yeah,
and if you're not, talk to somebody.
Yeah. Get help.
Yep.
Figure it out. But at the end of the day, carry that signature everywhere you go.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome.
Because that will literally maintain your statute to get moved forward in where you need to
and
be.
I'm gonna just kind of bounce off of that. Men's health, men's mental health, it gets overlooked, right? And I think it's coming to light in the past, in the more recent years. I feel like, in a sense, it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah,
like you
absolutely.
just said. And men's health is interesting. It's you want to put on this facade, you want to put on this image that you're strong and this and that. I've
take
been
care
there.
of yourself and work your bridges, work your magic, do what you do. But at the end of the day, like, take care of yourself and communicate.
And it's okay if you need help. There's nothing wrong with that.
Sure. Spot on. And that's always been that, because I'm older than you guys, right? So obviously.
A little bit.
Not by much. Come on now.
I look older than you. What are you
I know
talking
that's
about?
true, right? Like,
I should have shaved my
you got me. Like baby face. Man.
I know. No, I'd look 12 if I shaved.
Like, who is this little boy? Would you like an autograph?
Shit.
Everybody starts recognizing him again.
I still do.
I know. No, but like really, it was that stigma of being, man, like, don't show your feelings, don't show emotions, don't talk, don't speak if be soft and all that stuff.
Well, and there's a time and a place, but like at the end of the day, like speak up if you have to speak up. Be a leader.
Be a leader,
not a boss.
Yeah, that's the thing is just if you have if you have 2 ears for listening and 1 mouth for speaking, so don't speak nonsense. Like speak with conviction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And we're learning that as we podcast. I'm learning a lot about my own speech, right? Like, especially when you watch it back, you're like, holy cow, I need to shut up. I need to listen more.
Same. And I've been
I love it.
I've been in, the broadcasting and in different media. Like I haven't been consistent in it, but I've been in it long enough where my wife picks up on my tics.
You watch it,
the
wife is always first to point them out.
She's the big, like besides yourself, like
my
she's
wife
the
does
biggest
the same.
critic.
Well, shout out to wifey.
Yeah, Tammy.
But I can tell you right
shout
now,
out to the wife, Ashley. Love you.
His right leg has not stopped since he's been here, so there's a tick.
Oh man, like, I don't play.
I'm going to shout out one of my ticks.
I don't play poker.
I'm surprised I'm over here not just rubbing my beard.
Yeah.
I mean, it is beautiful.
It is. See, that's the thing. I'm very jealous. Like I know you don't. We don't have the head hair, but like your facial hair, man, amazing,
You're
amazing. Like
shout out, Dad.
Yeah, like to be honest, like I don't buy any product. Like I guarantee. Come on, to look that good.
I swear on my life,
dude. You got to put conditioner in that thing.
I don't touch
You're
it.
joking. I know we're on the show. Hey, let's talk.
I'll shake your hand right now, and I can promise you one thing: I do not product this. I don't
love
bleach it. I don't dye it. I don't do anything.
Like, it is such a luscious beard. Like
if I know him well enough, I believe him.
Like,
once a week, I shampoo.
Like
I know that sounds gross.
Because but like those commercials, like it looks like the commercial.
Well, it's funny because I got reached out to by a couple of companies that I'm not going to name.
Jergens.
Thanks, man. Blowing it over here. There goes my interview.
A vino.
Yeah. There's no two ways about it.
So anyway, you maybe Bucked Up should have a bearded line. I don't know.
I mean, hey, I like that. Shout that out again.
Yeah. But there's so many things you can do. Like, but I wouldn't be surprised if you got approached.
Well, I have.
Yeah,
quite a bit. Actually, it was almost. I got interviewed to be on Yellowstone, that TV show.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And no,
you're like, I can't ride a horse.
I grew up with horses.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm a farm boy.
Sweet. We used to own a thoroughbred.
Oh, really?
Yeah, an off-track thoroughbred.
Yeah,
I grew up on a farm as well.
A donkey named Fanny. We had 2 quarter horses.
Yeah.
Grew up on an acre and a half.
Nice.
Had pygmy goats, bunnies, 2 outside cats.
Yeah.
Dude, my
a
mom's
dog named Simon that was
Hey.
a Bouvier de Flanders.
Did you ride at all, or
Oh, absolutely.
like
yeah.
did you rope or?
No, I never rodeoed hard.
Yeah.
But I mean, definitely. Well, I did.
My sister barrel raced.
Barrel race?
I did.
She
yeah.
was big into the barrel racing. We had a
See,
Uncle
I
Buck.
definitely.
Yeah.
rodeoed,
Uncle Buck
but
paint. God, he was huge.
I've had my time.
What was
Yeah.
it? 15, 16 hands or
I
something.
miss it.
Okay, you do.
Oh, without a doubt. Like
Yeah.
it's just a good solid. I mean, I'm up at 4:30 in the morning trying to take care of some animals and stuff.
I love it
Hey,
too. Yeah.
hey, he's got a cabin up in Island Park. You want to go fly fishing? Are you a fly fisherman?
I'll try anything. Like
I'll teach you. I'll teach you.
I'll learn. Like
I got a few dirt bikes if you want to come ride.
dirt bikes.
I practice the stroke.
Yeah. No, hey,
so-
we
I don't even know how to fly fish. I just throw
we
that
were-
damn thing out there and I'm like,
But like
come on.
horses for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. No.
But
I
we were
can
thinking
saddle a
about
horse,
doing
I
a little
promise.
puck drop like trip. You know, if any of the guests want to come up,
Yeah.
he's got
I've
enough
got
room
2
up
of them.
there. It's
Yeah.
you know,
So
next to each other.
How we got into horses is my wife. She does equine sports massage therapy.
oh really?
K-taping, red light therapy.
Oh, red light
interesting.
therapy.
And all
Hey,
that stuff.
I want to go into that.
Yeah.
So shout out red light therapy.
For animals or humans or
humans.
everything.
Humans
No.
and animals, right?
Both.
So my wife got into it because what it does is
It's huge.
it really just activates it, opens up the blood vessels and starts getting blood flow to that certain area. I'm not a doctor,
no.
It knows where to.
Like I said, I have 2 ears for listening. so that's all I'll say.
And you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
But like, it helps with concussion protocol.
Yeah.
It helps with a lot of variables, and they usually start with concussion protocol. And shout out to the ex. I'm sorry if you watch this, but like, no, it's absolutely huge. And she's the one that got into it.
Oh, you were telling me about that.
I gave you a
You
card.
gave me a card. Yeah.
for a free.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, for a free.
red
session
light,
on
and
that.
then even
Yeah.
doing like the cold plunging or
Well,
the
and,
cold tub.
saunas. I was going to bring that up, and especially because
Yeah.
a lot of guys that watch
Cold
this
plunges
big
time, too.
are sports, sports people,
Enthusiasts.
Right.
beer leaguers. Take care of your
Beer
body.
leaguers.
Go,
NHLers.
and everything's becoming more and more available right now, right? Like 10, 15, 20 years ago, you would have never thought that you could buy a sauna
I know.
hold on,
to
hold
bring
on.
to your own home,
Well,
right?
now, with that being said, I want to shout out the wife.
Yes.
Let's
Desert Equine Spirit Fit or Equine Fit Wellness. Desert Spirit Equine Wellness.
I hope
Let's
for
go.
your sake you got that correct.
I did.
Well, no, we're gonna throw that up.
Yeah.
and
But
huge shout out.
so she does massage therapy, she does red light therapy, K-taping. And so that's how we got into horses. She did a course in Fallbrook, California when we first moved to Arizona, and then got certified. So I would go with her on the trips because I wanted to, one, learn a new skill.
Right.
But two, I've always been fascinated with horses. So I'd go and I'd be the handler, So I would.
Oh,
I wouldn't prep the horse.
you got the boots.
No, I know. I would. Well, I'd brush the horse. I'd clean them.
No, for sure.
Clean out their hooves and all that stuff, and just
So
really-
satisfying.
Yeah.
So satisfying.
and then-
digging out a horse hoof.
And then she. It is.
Shut up.
It's like
Cole.
picking a scab.
Do you realize that I grew up on a farm?
Me too.
You're acting like I don't know what the hell I'm
know,
talking
giving-
about. My
Hey,
mom still lives
I
on
told
a farm.
you, if I'm not giving him shit,
Oh, yeah.
he ain't paying attention.
That was a real look there.
Yes. So anyway, we ended up really enjoying horses. So we're like, instead of buying a zoo, we bought a horse, right? So we got
It's one way to do it.
we got an off-track thoroughbred. So he was 17.2 hands, and big boy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
And
That's yep.
I have no
Anything above 17 is
Yeah,
a big
boy.
I have no, and so he actually was. He won. So with his lineage, he had. I think his entire purse was almost $1 million that he won, and
Holy shit.
I'm not a
No,
race.
we're not here
I'm
to
not a
talk
horse
about-
guy.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
but like that's the thing is like I've never ridden a horse before, and like we ended up buying this horse, and then I just learned how to ride. It was like seriously just we saddled up and
Well,
go.
then maybe I'll end up saddling his ass up, and I'll take him out to run.
we
because I want to go shed.
so
hunting
we
down
ended up
south.
we sold him to a girl who actually she competes.
Oh,
So she's a jumper and he's
gotcha.
jumping.
Cool.
And all
Oh,
that
okay.
stuff,
So
which
you're
is awesome.
training more.
Well, that's what
more
we
so.
did.
Right.
But now moving here, she wants to get back into the massage therapy.
Yeah,
but I would love to, not so much the reining part, but the wrangling.
Yeah.
You know, like just be on a good horse.
Well, and that's exactly
you know?
it though, because you're talking to an avid shed hunter.
Awesome.
I don't hunt much.
Okay.
I don't have time to go hunting.
The beard would fool me.
Well, I know you'd be surprised, but it keeps me active, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I can hike a mountain like a mountain goat.
See, the calves would
And
fool me
when he's
that
on a
one.
horse.
Yeah, I haven't had a horse for 15
I can hike a mountain
Well, I haven't had
when
a
I'm on a horse.
I haven't had a horse. I haven't had a horse for 15 years, you butthole. Well over, actually. I'm 33. Yeah. 18 years. But no. In regard to that though, like that's my escape to go out and hike and look for antlers and
So
you know, depends on what I'm looking for and the time of the year. You know, I'm either snowshoeing for moose or I'm, you know, March, April, springtime looking for the fresh drops.
Are you an actual hunter though? Or are you bow or?
I honestly, no. If I were to hunt, I'd be bow.
You'd be bow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
natural.
I grew up duck hunting.
I'm not going
I'm
to
a
sit there and knock
bird.
something down from 800 yards and be like, oh,
Yeah.
Especially
You want to get up
with-
close.
I would like
and-
to actually be a hunter if I were.
At the very least, muzzleloader. Muzzleloader is
Well, how
you
close-
get
how close-
muzzleloader.
how
Yeah, what
close
kind
do
of
you-
muzzleloader are you using? Because they can go.
So I'm
1,000 yards
not a
now.
hunter.
no.
Yes, they
no,
can.
No.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
The new muzzleloaders.
If you aim
can
up in
go-
the blue sky, maybe.
So I'm like my hunting.
surprised.
My hunting experience is a Nintendo Duck Hunter.
Nice, love it. Like, hey,
No shit, that's at my cabin.
He has it.
So
He has it at his cabin.
Yep.
yeah. So
Yeah.
do you have
yeah.
the gun too? Do you have the
Absolutely.
Yep. So we're going up there. Hey, plan a trip. Make
Yes.
Like I said, I
clear your
don't hunt.
schedule.
Okay, yeah.
Clear your schedule.
Yeah.
We're gonna
We'll
teach you how to
definitely-
fly fish. We're gonna go play some duck hunter
I
up
love
in,
it.
up in the.
Well,
have
I'm
you ever
gonna
been?
teach you how
Have
to
you
ride
ever been
dirt
to Island
bikes,
Park?
too.
No.
Idaho? Oh, dude.
It's 26 miles out of West
It's
Yellowstone.
incredible.
Really?
It is incredible. I mean, God's country,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
rivers, mountains,
Yep.
just
Oh yeah, we can
Beautiful.
go watch Old Faithful
yep.
on
That's
the
awesome.
razor.
Beautiful.
Is that the part where there's like the lawless part of Yellowstone?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
So-
about?
Oh, dude, we drive there.
So where they drop their bodies off?
Yeah, the train station.
That's actually that's in Ogden. That's the North Ogden Divide.
Oh yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
The train station?
The best part about it is like we drive up there, we park at the cabin, our vehicles,
Yeah.
we offload everything. Half of them are still up there, and we don't take a vehicle anywhere. We're all like razors and
Or
yeah, razors, dirt bikes, 4-wheelers, and we're gone.
Yeah. No
Sweet.
need for
Nothing. Yeah, and then you just
walkie-talkie for communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
no, hell no,
Hell yeah.
no man left behind. We don't even use that.
Yeah.
Not even that. Yeah. Morse code. Can
you hear me?
Yeah. Did you get what I was saying? Turn left right here.
Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee.
Baxter, is that you?
Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee.
Oh, you nailed that. That was actually gold.
Yeah. I love it.
So any more hockey talk? What else do we got?
What do we got?
that
So
we
how
haven't
can we
covered?
segue? So the championships.
So my 2 rings that I'm taking home.
So the first year, that magical year, Keith Magnuson unfortunately ended up passing away in a car accident that year. So that was really that was the story of the season. Like, you know, Keith had something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
The second year, we were just that good. Like
Yeah, you're
we
just the
we were
shit.
yeah.
we were that
No,
good.
That's
Like
cool. That's cool.
we had
it's kind of always ticked me off
Yeah.
to an extent because like I was always like North Dakota Fighting Sioux when they were that.
yeah.
But if it wasn't that, it was always DU.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, like DU is awesome.
Yeah.
And BU can go fuck the fuck off.
They could- so
That's gonna be a bleep.
Boston University can sorry.
So I was so it's funny. I was recruited by Boston University and Michigan State. So no, it's fine. because this is,
I hate Boston.
it's a funny story too, because I narrowed it down to those 3 schools. I did my visits, my official visits.
Right.
And then I made my decision. So I called my parents, and I was in Chilliwack at the time, and this is, landlines and all this stuff, right?
Been to Chilliwack quite a bit.
So
Up in Canada Day.
yeah. So I called my dad, from my billet house. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to choose DU. He's like, all right, BU, because he was a fan of Boston, and then he ended up buying all this memorabilia and all this stuff because Jack Parker, the coach at the time, flew down to California to meet us. That's how big of a recruit I was at the time. The head coach for BU flew from Boston to California to meet my family. So my parents were like, oh, we're going to
Straight
BU.
up BU, yeah.
So I said DU, and he
Totally.
got excited. I'm like, no, dude, the other one, DU. But so I chose DU. We ended up winning the second championship because we just had so much talent, not only from a goaltender perspective, but offensive perspective. Paul Stastny was on our team that year as a freshman that came in. Ryan Dingle was there. We had Peter Menino as a freshman that came in, and Matt Carl ended up winning the Hobie Baker the following year. It was just that team was that good, and then
You've had a good experience, man.
It was an awesome experience.
So what do you see with the position of goaltending for the future? I've heard it's on a downward, and my nephew, and I asked because my nephew's a goaltender, and he's doing awesome with the Ogden Mustangs up here. Yeah. And I've heard through chitter chatter and whatnot.
I've got connections with.
So the goaltender position, the development position.
Yeah, because it just seems like it doesn't get enough love.
It doesn't.
I'm
sure Jay mentioned that.
And how do we bring that back up?
Well,
it's a coaching.
It's coaching, and it's how much emphasis you're going to put into that position.
You need to find somebody that's going to take the time to just segregate themselves to pertain to the goalies on the ice. And you don't need players to sit there and shoot on a goalie in practice. You don't.
No.
They can focus on that at home. You can set things up to where it needs to be appropriate.
Well, they have those
to have shooting
silhouettes and whatnot that you can put
appropriation. I think you need to have focus on goalies, having them do up downs, moving side to side. But
how do you get the next goalie to be excited about the position? You know what I mean? I think that's probably the biggest hurdle is getting them excited.
That's where it goes back to.
But they also have to be good skaters.
Correct. You have to be the skater, and it goes back to that price that we were talking about in the first part of the segment, right? Is the cost of the sport.
Yeah.
And that's where being a goaltender is almost double the amount of being a skater.
Right.
Just because of the equipment alone. Now, that's where you're seeing goaltenders coming, and this is to really answer your question, the goaltender position is being really developed in Europe heavily.
Oh, yeah. They're taking, and a lot of youth hockey now has gone to European style hockey.
Correct.
Skill-based.
And it's coming from the Finland. So when USA Hockey and Hockey Finland kind of joined together, it was, I want to say almost 10 years ago or within that time frame. It started to change the landscape of the development model, and then they had the ADM. And then from there, it's the goaltending position is, like you said, working on that footwork, working on your edges, but also the understanding of playing the game. That's going to be important. And then from there, the shots it doesn't behoove a goaltender to play in a game and see 2 shots and then go to a practice and then see 50 shots because the coach is working on skating or working on breakouts and doing all that stuff. So it goes to the coaching from the highest. So whether it's going to be USA Hockey or it's going to be from that organization, it has to be the coaching development. That goaltender practice has to be incorporated into regular practice. Okay? Yeah. The other thing too is the shooting, the shots, the quality of the shots. And that's where we tell it, I'll tell a goaltender, if they're looking to play AAA or junior or all that stuff, and They're like, I have an opportunity to do this. Well, how many shots are you going to get?
Right.
Okay. And it's not from a game, it's from practice.
But then again, though, it starts with quality shots.
Through practice, right? How many pucks are going to be on you?
And practice like you play. Like if somebody pisses you off, give them a bump and rub and let them know that you're not okay. But afterwards, you go into the locker room and you shake hands. Like,
yes,
practice like you play.
Correct. And
leave it on the ice.
And leave it on the
course.
ice. And that's where, like,
it's
as a goaltender,
nowadays.
like, don't be happy don't be happy with just getting shots and then, moving on. Like, want to get every shot possible and
Exhaust
not let it
yourself.
go. Not let it go in.
Yeah, nothing's going in, and if it goes in, get pissed.
Yeah, but to answer your question, there, Cole, it's coaching.
Yeah,
it's coaching development,
leadership.
Yep. But then it's having the accessibility to equipment that's cost effective.
Yeah, and available.
And
there's resources out there, right?
Yeah,
donations. We've kind of talked about that.
And we're dwindling down, but like in all fairness with that in regard, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to us because we can navigate with this kind gentleman here.
Yep.
This one here.
And if he can't do it, he probably knows a contact.
We will make sure happen.
That's the thing. If there's gear somewhere that people are holding
it's a small
on,
community. It's a small community.
We will find it.
Yeah.
And if you're interested, so we have honestly direct contact with Thomas Grice, and we've been trying to get him out here to do a camp.
Where is he currently?
He's in St. Louis.
He's in St. Louis. Okay.
Yeah, and he's interested. He wants to come here. He's a big mountain biker. He loves mountain biking.
He'd probably go hang out
wants
with
to
you.
come here. We just need to set up something
You
to
want his
where we
number?
can get that set up.
Yeah. So
I will.
Because he's German.
Yes.
Right. And so
he loves Utah.
Yeah.
But Southern Utah because he is a
Exactly.
mountain biker.
Yes, and that's the thing that. So I played in Germany for a year, and European people.
Shout out Tom.
Yeah, love.
He's gonna be reaching out to you because I'll give him your contact.
The Southwest.
Yeah.
They love the Southwest.
So let's set that
because
up
of the landscape.
We can navigate that off camera and whatnot. But
for sure.
We'll get you in contact with
I played
Thomas
against
Grice
Thomas too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's a toughie.
So I know
When he was with the Islanders,
San Jose.
Yeah. Cool.
He's awesome.
So he was down in. It was when we were in the minors. So he was in Worcester, and I was in Manchester.
Cool.
So
Right on.
with the Worcester Sharks.
Shout out both of you.
Well, shout out to everything. shout out to your wife.
Did you pump one home?
To be honest, I have to. I don't want to get it wrong, but I had one professional career hat trick.
Ooh.
And it was against the Worcester Sharks.
Nice.
Now, I get
Tom, you can take that up with him.
Thomas.
I don't know if it was against Thomas or not.
We'll send him this episode.
But we'd have to like look back and go to the game stats and all that. But my only professional career hat trick was against Worcester, and it was actually a couple days after I proposed to my wife. So,
oh wow!
So that's how I
that's how you remember all that.
Well, and we'll shout out all that. But hey, again, thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
To the next time.
We got this guy to drive all the way up from Southern Utah. I
did.
Know how
I
we
made
pulled it up.
well because you guys are
Thank you.
like one. I love what you're doing. Two, you guys are going to continue to kill it.
Yep.
But
and we're trying to help you. Help us help you.
The message you have is what I love.
Yeah.
And that's why I drove up is to help spread the message.
Yep.
Hey, thank you. And that means a lot because that's what we're all about.
Yep. So. Thanks for listening. This has been the Puck Drop Podcast. We're sponsored by Hockey Stops. And let's cheers with a bucked up from the Puck Drop. Cheers to that, boys. We'll see you guys next time.